Welcome to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast with your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger. Badass Direct Sales Mastery is a podcast for rock star direct sales moms who are determined to make their business kick ass. Jennie will share her knowledge of effective sales and recruiting techniques, tips to get what you want from your business, and will interview direct sales professionals and leaders from various companies. The interviews will give insight to how these rock stars got to where they are and where they plan to grow in the future. And now, the direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger.
Welcome back to another episode of Badass Direct Sales Mastery. I'm your host, your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger, helping you whip your business into shape. Today, I have with me Sara DeCourcy. Sara DeCourcy is with DirectLync, and she is a consultative professional supporting the growth of businesses by helping them solve the real-world marketing problems that they face. She utilizes the power of community, competitive nature, and an innovative mindset, and she works with solo entrepreneurs and small businesses to discover new ways to support sustainable growth. And here's where Sara and I really connect. She is also a single mom navigating business and raising teenagers at the same time. Sara, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here.
Oh, I'm super excited to share you with everybody, especially the Badass crew, because of what you offer. I can't even begin to tell you, before I met you, I was really starting to look for an email marketing system and just a full marketing system that I could utilize. And then I found you and I was like, oh, she has all the things. Her company has pretty much all the things, and the things that you didn't have yet, you're like, oh, it's coming down the pike. Like, you know, it's happening. So, but before we talk about all the things, how did you get to where you are today?
Well, I suppose the short of the long of it was that I started out as a stay-at-home mom. I had a toddler at home, and then suddenly my world was in upheaval and went through a divorce. So with that, you know, it's incredibly difficult. Starting out, you're going an incredibly long period of time without any type of work history. So jumping back into the workforce was really, really difficult. Getting into a corporate situation was next to impossible. According to them, I did nothing for, 2 years. And we all know that is not a fact.
Seriously.
We are doing all of the things.
No, and I want to jump in and interject for just a second. I'll let you get back to your story. I just saw a thing on, I think it was a Facebook reel of Gary Vaynerchuk, and he was talking to a crowd. And somebody had evidently asked him a question about, what if you were a stay-at-home mom and you're trying to get a job? What about that? And he said, you know what? Any corporation that doesn't take into account the fact that you just ran an entire household, kept human beings alive, and did it, he lists off all these things. And he goes, if they can't recognize the skills that come with that, you don't want to work for them anyway. Now, of course, it's Gary V, so there were a lot of F-bombs in the middle.
Of course, yes.
But, I was like, oh, so you brought that up. And I was like, oh, yeah, seriously, that little reel is so true.
And I'm so glad to know that we're now starting to evolve into a more welcoming experience with that, because it's very true. We're handling all the finances. We're handling all the household management and project management. Hello, that's every waking moment of our lives.
Yeah.
So not finding a place for us in a corporate setting just doesn't make any sense. But that was my reality for a long time. So unfortunately, I started with the minimum wage jobs in food service, and I was a barista for 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it took me that long to be able to have both of my kids at an age where I could be out of the house a little bit longer than just the usual, during school hours. So I was able to expand into a more full-time position. And then I found a job as an SDR. And that's where my direct sales from previous companies that I'd worked with just to pick up that extra money. You're always looking for that. I feel like we're financial wizards, always finding that little magic number somewhere. We're always digging it up. And the most innovative women are able to really do this at a mastery. And I love it. But yeah, that's where I was able to pull that in. And that's how I eventually found DirectLync after the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And this small company is just amazing. Our owners are fantastic. And we do come in with a lot of my personal philosophies of being consultative. If we're not offering you everything that you need, I want to know about it. Tell me about it. What do you need and why do you need it? Because if we can make that story, if we can make that case, that now becomes a part of our history upcoming. It's going to be something that helps us all grow together. And I love that so much.
Oh, that is, and I definitely feel like so many of the people who have reached out to me who listen to the show have similar backgrounds, right? They've done a few different things, and that's why they've gotten into the direct sales and network marketing industries, because it does give them that flexibility and that extra side income that they need to just help make ends meet. And then some of the more successful ones have turned it into now replacing the job that they had before, whether it was barista or working at Target or PetSmart or,
Oh yeah. And getting out of that is a priority.
Yeah.
I mean, those positions are really hard on the soul sometimes.
Definitely can be, and hard on the body too. My gosh. But when you're getting to run your own business, run it on your own hours, the way that you want to do it is so important. So let's talk about DirectLync then. So what is DirectLync, and how is it a tool that is going to be something that somebody in the direct sales and network marketing and MLM industry can actually use?
Yeah, definitely. So what we do is we offer an all-in-one digital marketing software platform. You'll be able to log into our system via the internet and access really everything that you need to be able to market to your customers. In the direct sales space, what we're able to do is help you to keep in communication with your followers, with your former clients, hopefully future clients, and continue to not only sustain the business that you've built, but continue to grow it as well. We're not able to grow until we keep everybody that we've met in the past recurring. So with that, we need to hit them up in several different areas. We need to see them on social media. We need to reach them via email marketing, sending them newsletters. What's upcoming? What's been going on? And we've developed relationships with these people. So even letting them know different things happening with you. How is it? What exciting things are coming? Through direct sales, we are able to plan our first family vacation. Let everybody know that. There are a lot of women that are sitting back thinking, oh my gosh, I wish I could just take my kid on a vacation. Maybe this is a good idea, and you start planting those seeds. We really help you to make sure that in a digital way, we're keeping you organized, keeping everyone involved, and planting those seeds and helping you grow.
Yeah. And I think that's really the key in this is it's not just about product, like puking product all over everybody, right? Yes, of course we want to feature certain products, but really it's the using the tool of DirectLync through the social media connection features. If somebody chooses to do the email marketing piece, using that as well to tell the stories of what's going on in their life, to tell the story of what's going on in their business, to tell the story of their client testimonials, right? Because I think that's where because keep in mind, it's called direct sales, but let's not be direct about selling.
Right, exactly. Well, we're people first, and those relationships are created first. When we're forward facing, that's why I want to purchase from my friends, because we're friends and I want to help you.
Yeah, exactly. And I think people connect to story so much better. Like when I'm scrolling through Facebook, when I see someone's got an interesting story paired with a picture of some sort or a video or a GIF or something, right? There's something there. I'm much more likely, even if it's a longer post. Now, I'm ADD, so I'm sorry to any of my friends who are listening to me right now and you have those like novel length posts where I'm scrolling for 10 seconds to get to the end of your post. I'm sorry, I'm not reading it all.
I do the same thing. I skip to the end. Ugh.
I'm not reading all of it. I'm sorry. So there is this sweet spot in the middle of I will read a longer post, but I will not read a post any longer than my longest posts. So
That's fair.
if anybody's curious, and I'm willing to bet anybody else is probably the same way. Most people are probably willing to read as long as the longest post that they are willing to create themselves. Wouldn't you say?
I would agree with that. Absolutely.
I mean, anyway, I digress.
I also tend to read a little bit more when there's a photograph involved as well.
Yeah.
If there's something for me to look at and engage with, I'm more invested.
Yeah. And the story behind the picture, right? Because especially if it's a really like a personal picture, not necessarily a product sales picture, like, oh my gosh, look what's available on sale this month. Like not so much, but more of those pictures that begin to tell the story or allow you to tell the story that happens to include maybe a product or a testimonial or a client thing. But I think when you can tell a story, I mean, hello, stories have been around since the beginning of humankind. We know this because caves, those pictures told stories, you know.
And the picture's what got you involved.
Yeah, exactly. They just didn't have words. They didn't have written language, but they had pictures and they told stories and they were like, look, this thing happened. And they're drawing a stick man with his bow and arrow and then the buffalo or whatever, you know, the big animal that he was chasing and et cetera, right? They told the stories that way. So if it worked back then, it still works today, telling those stories but having DirectLync, the nice thing about it is it's going to keep all of those pieces in one place, right? That's the impression I get from the introduction that I've had to your platform so far. So it'll keep all those things in place for people, right? So they're able to then go in and see in one place all of the posts that they have coming up, you know, which I love because the number of social media experts I've had say, like, tell a story over time, like have a story arc. And part of the reason I haven't done is because I'm so ADD, I'm so inconsistent with what I post whatever is top of mind for me on that day.
Well, and the beauty of that too is with DirectLync, since it is top of mind today, if we're wanting to do that story arc over time, you can come in and schedule those out. So today I'm going to give you the first part of that story. Tune in tomorrow for the next part and just continue that on throughout the week. By the end of the week, you've got a fantastic story. We've hit our climax of the conversation, and then we're able to go back and look and see, okay, this is the engagement level that I'm seeing on the reporting features that we offer. So now you know what parts of this story were the most engaging. Did this drag out a little too long, maybe? Shorten it up next time. How can we adjust? What do we need to do to keep people following along? Yeah, no, absolutely. Oh God, that's so good. I'm so excited for this. I can't even begin to tell you because that's the one thing that even though I do have I'm going to use Facebook as an example and my Instagram too. I have both of those profiles are set up as digital creator profiles. So I do have insights where I can go look at some of that stuff, but do I ever? No. Why? Because it requires me to go click on another thing and go to another place and to actually think about that kind of stuff. And frankly, not all of my posts are about my business, even though, yes, you know, I'm listed as a digital creator. I put my personal life out there too, because I am a whole ass person.
I'm an entire person. So I'm going to share the mom stories. Like I just, at the time of this recording last week, my oldest kid graduated 8th grade. So I had pictures of the 8th grade parade that we did because they didn't do a traditional graduation. Thank God. Because
Oh, yeah.
the graduation ceremonies, we're so proud of our kids, but the idea of sitting through 350 names getting read out, not fun.
My oldest graduated from high school as well within the last couple of weeks. So it's been a whirlwind of emotion all over Facebook, just all the things. Everyone's seeing all of our kids grow, and it's amazing. It's what connects us all.
Exactly. And so the next piece in this and in the conversation of this is DirectLync also does have email marketing, email automation. So I want to pretend like the listener right now, the badass listener who is going, okay, social media, that sounds good. Let's pretend they have no idea about email marketing, have no idea what any of that means. What is email automation like at a base level for the starter entrepreneur?
So what we're able to do with our automation, you're able to create a flow, a pathway. What avenue do you want these people to travel down with you as far as your information that you're sending out? So to start, you would create an email that's going to go out to everyone within a designated sphere. Let's say we're going to reach out to our past clients, people that have ordered with us before. We've scheduled face-to-face conversations, parties, however you do your business most effectively. We're going to hit them first, because we want to keep everybody coming back. This system is going to be able to tell you, okay, well, this group of people have opened the email and we're interested. So then we can send them down the path, and they're going to receive updated product information. They're going to see updated personal information, what you're doing with your business. How are you utilizing your freedom that you're developing through direct sales? All of those things. For the people that haven't opened that email, we can create another path for them. How can we better engage them, entice them, get them to open that email? And once they do, then they're back in the flow with everybody else.
Nice. Oh, see, that's awesome. Because I've been up until now, I've been using a different system that is not geared for it. It's geared for email automation, but on a more personal level. So it's not meant for a full on marketing campaign. So if they do this, then send them this or whatever. And I think they do have some of those things. If they click on the thing, then you can do this. But I wasn't using a lot of those features because, frankly, I didn't need that much. I wasn't doing that much. But I'm getting to the point now where my business is big enough. And I certainly am getting to the point where I'm reaching a large enough audience that getting this out there to people makes a lot of sense for me. And I think this is very true, especially, and I want to say this for the people who feel like they are selling as much as they possibly can on their own. So like they are maxing out their own personal sales on a month-to-month basis. Email automation is the next place to go to increase your sales without you having to do more.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
This is not necessarily for I just started my direct sales business and I happened upon this podcast and I'm going to go ahead and like launch into email automation. You don't even have customers yet.
Right. Yes.
Right.
And we do offer a one-to-one email that you'll be able to create with a drag and drop editor that you can send out to everyone that you're trying to target to get them on board.
Right.
But the goal is to take little bite-sized pieces of a larger goal. So we want this to be able to exist on its own. It needs to be self-sustainable.
Yeah.
And then also self-propelled to move forward. And that's going to be done through your email marketing.
Yeah, definitely. Because, and what I like about this too, is I can see myself being able to coordinate my posts with the emails that I know that are going out. So because in a very noisy world, because let's put that out there. We are in a very noisy world. The way to get seen and heard is you've got to be ubiquitous. You've got to be everywhere. You've got to be in their email box and in their social, and on their social media feed, in posts, in pictures, in videos, like talking to them in different ways, right?
Yes.
That's how you're going to get your message across. And your message, once again, I know it's called direct sales, but let's not be direct about selling and just be trying and sell. The key is to get who you are out there as a person, right?
Well, and the key is, we only purchase from people we like. Well, how am I going to like you if I don't know you?
Yes. So, the one thing that I have to say is one of the emails that I fairly regularly open are the emails that I get from my own email marketing coach, the person who has taught me how to do email marketing, because she tells stories from her life. And then she's like, oh, and by the way, here's this thing that I have coming up that fits with that story that I just told you. So she starts with story, and I'm just so fascinated to read those and see where she's taking me, on that. And then, so now I'm trying to also do the same with my own marketing through social media posts, and then now getting into email automation on a bigger scale, because I'm taking this list that I've been building for what is it? We're recording this in late spring of 2023. I started building my list 2.5 years ago.
Wow. Yeah.
So 1,300 people. This is where I'm starting. Let's see where this goes, y'all. So I'm excited to see this, because I'm using DirectLync now, guys. I haven't quite onboarded yet, but that's literally happening in the next week. So I'm super excited about this, to be able to share with you guys the journey of what I'm going through. But I was like, you know what? It's so much more fun if we can all go on this journey together. So what you're offering the Badass Crew, what did they get to use from DirectLync as a gift from you guys?
Yes, as a gift and a thank you for tuning into this podcast, I am offering you free access to our social media management tools. And what this is going to do for you is give you just a one-stop to create your content, schedule it out, tell your story, and then really get a good overview of what your top posts are. Who are the people that are engaging with you? We want to know who we're reaching, so then we can better target those people and really start to build your network.
Ooh, I love that. Now, so this just popped up a question in my head. So when somebody is using this, can they see who is seeing their post, or do they see who is engaging with their post?
We are able to see what that post outreach is. So let me see here. Let me take a look at the exact numbers here. So we're going to see your overview likes. We're going to see your overview engagement. So people that are following you, people that are commenting on your posts, are liking your posts, sharing your posts. We're able to see all of those top numbers, finding out which of the avenues is most lucrative for you as far as building that engagement. That's the information that we want to follow. Is with that, we get a little lost in making sure that we're commenting back and making sure that we're really revving everybody up in the comment section, but we're not really focusing on, well, maybe that post didn't do so well. So next time when we tell our next story, maybe we'll speed it up a little bit. Maybe we'll stretch it out a little bit. Maybe there just was too much information in the one post, and just gives you the freedom to try a lot of different things to see what works best.
Yes. Oh, and this is awesome. I mean, seriously, guys. So here's what you're going to do. So Badass Crew, Sara and the DirectLync company are offering this social media management tool at no charge to badass listeners. So what you're going to do is go to directlync.com. Now, here's the thing. It's spelled differently. So what I want you to do is go to the show notes so that you click the right link and get to the right place. And you're going to schedule a demonstration with Sara. So she is going to personally be the one who's going to walk you through this social media tool to see what it is, how it's going to work for you. And then make sure you let her know that you heard about this from the Badass Direct Sales Mastery podcast.
Yes.
Because she's going to give you extra special attention than knowing you're one of the badass crew. So
Most definitely.
yeah. So for those of you who are going show notes, what are show notes? How do I get to the show notes? What you're going to do is you're going to grab your phone, click on today's episode, scroll up below Sara's picture, and you are going to see the DirectLync link. And you will be able to click right there to schedule your demonstration, your demo with Sara. And then, of course, my badass crew already knew that, and they've probably already clicked the link, and they're probably already booking it right now while they continue to listen. So, Sara, thank you so much for being here and sharing your own story, as well as this amazing tool that we now have available for direct sellers, which, by the way, really quickly, because I know we've really focused on the social media piece, on the email marketing piece, anybody who has email marketing with certain other email marketing platforms, just be aware you need to check the fine print, because some of them do have anti-direct sales, anti-network marketing, and anti-MLM policies, and they can and will shut down your account, and you will not get access to any of the materials, content, or lists that are in there, because you're not supposed to have an account with them. I say that because I want you to know that that is a possibility depending on which platform you're with. I'm not going to name names because I don't want to get in trouble by anybody, although they have an anti-MLM policy. It's not like this is slander or libel. They do. But I am promoting DirectLync as one that is direct sales, network marketing, and MLM friendly. They actually want to help people in our industry because they believe in what we do and what we offer for people. So Sara, thank you so much. And please, let the people at DirectLync know we are incredibly appreciative for the support of our industry.
Absolutely. And I'm so excited to see how we're all able to grow together, especially meeting with you on a weekly basis so we can really get those stories going.
Absolutely. Because surprise, surprise, listeners, Sara and I met through, anybody want to guess those 3 letters? It's BNI. Of course we met through BNI. So yes, if you are a listener and you are a BNI member and you're like, ooh, this sounds amazing, schedule your demo with Sara and count it as a 1-to-1.
Yes. Build those numbers all around.
Absolutely. Get to know more about Sara and her product. She's going to get to know about you during the demo. It'll be great, she said.
Absolutely.
Awesome sauce. Well, again, Sara, thank you for your time. Thank you for the support in the industry, because let me tell you, there's a lot of them out there that are not supporting us, and we do appreciate you big time.
It's hard to find that support, but we're all in this together. So let's get going.
Absolutely. And badass crew, you know how this goes. Stay tuned, because there's another badass episode on its way.
Thanks for listening to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast with your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger. Why are you waiting to go to badassdirectsalesmastery.com? Don't make the dom get her whip. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to share it with another rock star that you know in direct sales after you subscribe to the podcast so you won't miss any future episodes. You can also check out the show notes for links and any contact information mentioned in today's episode. We'll see you next time.